Article 12, a citizen's petition to restrict, the petitions propose a two-part bylaw here. The first part would ban plastic bags, and the second would ban styrofoam containers. So we'll vote on this in two parts, but first we'll hear the entire presentation, and we'll take them one by one. First debate and vote on one, and then debate and vote on the other. Okay, Ms. LaFrance, please.
Lori LaFrance, 5 Sand Pebble Drive. I move to amend the general bylaws of the town of Ipswich by adding a new chapter 23 as set forth in Article 12 of the warrant for this town meeting, and subject to the approval of Article 22 of this town meeting, to authorize the town clerk, with the approval of the town manager, to change the numbering and placement of this bylaw to conform to the format and organization of the general bylaws reflected in the document entitled Final Draft of the Code of the Town of Ipswich, dated February 2016 and on file in the town clerk's office.
Thank you. Is there a second? Second. Mr. Shaw from the Finance Committee seconds. Okay. You may proceed.
You. And I would like to turn this over to my colleagues to present to you Article 12.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, for allowing me to speak tonight. My name is Charlotte Howe, and I live at 21 Turkey Shore Road, and I'm here to talk to you about why we should be banning styrofoam in the town of Ipswich. First, what is styrofoam? Styrofoam is expanded polystyrene, a lightweight synthetic resin that is a polymer of styrene. Styrene was recently deemed a reasonably anticipated carcinogen by the 2011 toxicology report by the National Institute of Health. This was proven with experiments on laboratory mice. Polystyrene never biodegrades in the environment and is a major cause of pollution. Styrofoam is only recyclable if it is brought to a special collection event hosted by the town, which costs the town money. Styrofoam is usually thrown away and ending in landfills or is incinerated, causing air pollution. What will be banned? Styrofoam plates, cups, bowls, trays, and takeout containers will all be banned. These are all only in the foam form of styrofoam. This excludes cold meat and fish packed in styrofoam trays sold at the supermarket. This ban affects any establishment with a permit to operate under the Board of Health. We will have no control over items that exist in other towns. The effect of a ban on businesses, that any business that currently uses styrofoam would have to change to a paper, plastic, or compostable alternative. These can all be recycled in our weekly curbside bins. Over the past year, we talked to 28 food establishments in the town of Ipswich. We found that 10 currently use styrofoam and 18 do not. All businesses that currently use styrofoam will have a year grace period if this ban is proved.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, for allowing us to speak tonight. My name is Carly Rasucia, and I live at 2 Cobbler's Lane. Many towns all over Massachusetts have enacted this ban, such as the ones up there in Hamilton. This ban has also been passed all across the country. The alternatives that businesses would be allowed to use are paper, plastic, or compostable containers. The results of this ban on our town would be a very low economic impact, and we would like to help the businesses transition from styrofoam to their alternatives smoothly. We would have a cleaner town, healthier people, and less of an eyesore, especially being a coastal town like Ipswich. Now I would like to introduce my colleagues Claire, and Jill.
Good evening, Mr. Moderator, and thank you for recognizing us tonight. My name is Claire McElwain, and I live at 11 Liberty Street. I have been working with Claire Werner and Jillian Wall to ban plastic bags in the town of Ipswich. So plastic bags have many negative effects on the environment, including their effect on sea life. Sea animals often mistake plastic bags for food and ingest them, causing them to starve. A sea turtle recently washed up on Cape Cod with 3 feet of plastic in its stomach. Plastic bags are not recyclable in your curbside recycling bin. As a result, they often end up in landfills. The EPA discovered that only 5.2% of plastic bags are recycled. In addition, they never decompose, so they sit in landfills forever and they break down into smaller and smaller microplastics. Microplastics can actually make their way into the ocean and make their way into our food stream. Again, they fill up landfills and clog. When they make their way into the recycling stream, if they're accidentally put into the curbside recycling, they can clog machinery and cost recycling facilities money. Plastic bags are also an eyesore in a town that relies on its beautiful environment to draw visitors. I would like to present to you my colleague Jillian Wall, who will explain to you what we have done so far.
Thank you, and thank you, town moderator, for recognizing me this evening. My name is Jillian Wall. I live at 3 Lakelands Lane. So, as you can see on the board, we have 25 cities and towns in Massachusetts, including Hamilton, Manchester by the Sea, and Newburyport, that have banned plastic bags. Ms. LaFrance, Claire, and I attended a Massachusetts Green Summit in Wellesley in February and talked to the representatives from those towns and said that there were no complications and no economic negative effects from these plastic bags. What we had done for Ipswich is, as you can see, on the chart, that we surveyed 50 Ipswich businesses. 42 were in support of the plastic bag ban, and 8 were opposed. We want to work with these businesses to help find a better alternative than plastic bags. I'd now like to hand you over to my colleague, Claire Werner.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, for recognizing me. My name is Claire Werner, and I live at 124 Weldon Farm Road. I'm going to talk to you about how, if passed, the ban would work and the fines and enforcement that will go along with it. So after the ban is passed, it will go into effect 1 year after it is approved by the Attorney General. This gives businesses a 1-year grace period to use up their stocks of plastic bags and make the switch to a paper alternative. So after this, businesses will have to distribute paper bags, but they will also be encouraged to sell reusable bags. If this causes financial problems for the business, they will have the option to place a fee on paper bags. So if the ban was passed, it would ban thin film single-use plastic bags like the ones that are distributed at a register, such as at Shaw's or Rite Aid. Not banned would be trash bags, produce bags, dry cleaning bags, and newspaper bags. So if passed, the ban would be enforced by a designee of the town manager. For the first violation of the ban, it would only be a letter, and the business would get 30 more days to try to switch, in addition to the 1 year they were already granted. After this first violation, the business would, if they still had not switched and stopped using plastic bags, they would receive a fine of $50. Third and consecutive violations would be $100. I'll now hand the mic over to Claire McElwain to conclude.
Okay. So in conclusion, we predict that there'll be very low economic impact from this plan. It has worked very, very well in other towns that we have talked to, and it is a huge and necessary step in becoming a more environmentally conscious community. We thank you for your time and ask you to vote yes on this article.
Okay, so let's take this one at a time. And you started with this, well, you're with the plastic bags. Why don't we start talking about the plastic bags first? Discussion, debate, and then we'll vote on that, and then we'll go to the Styrofoam piece. So does anybody have any questions for these petitioners on the Styrofoam piece? Mr. Shaw.
Michael Shaw, Shagbark Woods, Finance Committee. The Finance Committee supported this article unanimously. The Finance Committee primarily concerns itself with finance or business matters in town. And as we could discern from the report from the petitioners and the data that was provided, and given the performance in other towns with business, it appeared that businesses were supportive or accommodating to this measure. The fact that it has worked well in so many towns, I think, was an important consideration for the Finance Committee in its support. It moreover provides, as it was explained, a transition period for businesses to transition to this new system, which we think makes a lot of sense. And of course, it addresses an important environmental issue that they pointed out. Personally, we have sought to recycle styrofoam, and I believe it was 2 years ago. The truck was overfilled with styrofoam and could not even accommodate all of the styrofoam offered by residents. I look forward to reducing the styrofoam in this town, and we support the measure unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to go to Mr. Whidden first, and then I'll take your, well let's take your question first, because, if you will, name and address, because he may be able to answer.
Ralph Williams, 9 Nags Head Road. I understand about the plastic bags and the styrofoam. I don't understand why there is a penalty on paper bags.
Okay. Could someone from the petitioners group speak to that? Ms. McCullough.
So there's no penalty on paper bags. The business.
Unless I misread the thing, it said that businesses have the option of applying a penalty to paper bags.
The option if they feel that switching over to paper bags is going to hurt them financially. So it's not a town-wide thing. Businesses themselves have the option to do that if they feel that they need to make up the difference for the cost.
Let me ask you on that. I have a question. It says establishments may provide reusable bags at no charge or impose a fee for paper or other bags. Why can't you require establishments to impose a fee? Is there a reason for that?
Because of the Home Rule Amendment to the state constitution, it was established that towns cannot govern civil relationships between businesses and citizens. In Williamstown, they tried to place a tax on plastic bags, and the Attorney General actually said that it wasn't allowed. So,
thank you very much. Mr. Wood.
My name is Charles Whitten, 263 Argilla Road, and I'm a member of the school committee. The school committee voted unanimously 7-0 in support of this article. No single-use plastic bags as proposed in the ban are now used in the school district. Compostable, matter of fact, they are recycled. There are recycling points for those bags in the schools. Compostable trays are now used in lieu of styrofoam. The transitions have been seamless. Touches the corners, but these students have been awarded President Obama's Environmental Youth Award, one of only 2 awards in the EPA Northeast Region 1, and only one of 20 nationwide. Let's join these. Let's join these forward thinkers and eliminate styrofoam and single-use plastic bags in the town of Ipswich by voting for this article. The school committee and the townspeople applaud the efforts of these petitioners.
Thank you. Mr. Grimes.
Mr. Moderator, I'm standing in front of a sign that says support. I think we should support more efforts of citizens like who make an issue, prepare it well, come and speak forcefully and very politely about it. We seem to get along with this sort of approach.
There's a microphone over there.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a member of the community of Ipswich, I'm very proud of an effort like this to come from the ground roots up, make a presentation, be articulate, very forceful, and yet complete in what they wanted to do. We should support more efforts like this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Like I said, they recognize that public discussion is a political duty. So, yes, you have a question or?
No, I'm in support. Andrea
Could
LaCroix.
you drop that microphone down a little bit? There you go. Okay.
Andrea LaCroix on 401 Colonial Drive. And I just wanted to talk about my support as a member of the Ipswich Recycling Advisory Committee and as a realtor. And I had a couple of other points that I wanted to say, but I feel like these girls have done an amazing job. I think we should be proud of them, and we are in full support.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'm sorry I misspoke. We'll take them one at a time in the order as they appear in the article. So we'll do the plastic bags first. Did you have a question?
Jerry Brown, 9 Philly Street. Could you tell me what the 8-cup businesses were opposed, who they were?
We don't want to put any businesses on the spot, so we're going to keep that information private.
Oh, true politician. Good answer. Okay. So we'll take the plastic bags. Any questions? Any pro or con? Oh, there's a question back there, or a comment, please.
What about poop bags for your animals? We're really hep on picking up their poop everywhere.
Oh,
and
yeah.
are we picking them up up in plastic, in paper bags? How are we going to do that?
Okay, so
Ms. McKelway, please.
there are biodegradable bags that you can buy at Shaw's. You can buy huge boxes of them for a cheap price. And we're also not banning produce bags and laundry bags and newspaper bags. And you can reuse things like bread bags and bagel bags too. So there are many alternatives. And it has passed in other towns, and people have been able to make do.
But
Okay. Anyone else?
it is a legitimate question.
I'm sorry, could you speak?
So now we have to go out and buy poop bags.
If you could speak slowly without moving the microphone, we'll all be able to hear you.
So what you're saying is that now we can go out and buy poop bags instead of like using, those.
You still can reuse other types of bags, and they sell little baggies at Shaw's and stuff that are plastic.
We can buy them,
Yeah.
in other words, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
there are reusable options, and it's important for us as a community to take steps in becoming more environmentally conscious, and they're not that expensive.
Okay. Anyone else care to be heard? All right, so we'll go to a vote on the plastic bags. All those in favor signify by raising your cards. All those opposed, I declare it passes unanimously. You're not done yet. You're not done yet. Hold on now. So now we'll go to the second piece, the styrofoam piece. Any questions, comments, pro, con? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor of passing the styrofoam ban signify by raising your cards. Thank you. All opposed? I declare it passes unanimously. Okay. Thank you very much.